everyone, what's going on? Andrew Summers here with yet another description video, and well, I've brought along with me my Abrams. So if you've been hanging around on my Flickr, or if you've seen my builds for quite some time, one of the mainstays I've had in my collection has always been my M1 Abrams. And for the longest time, well, it's always been gray, dull. But recently I decided to go through a major overhaul of not only this vehicle, but of a lot of other vehicles in my, my fleet. And I've given it a camo job. So as you can see, colors on this, they are dark gray, you got light gray, then you've also got some dark green there too, which I was surprised, just how much dark green is out there. I was trying to look for a camouflage pattern to use, and first I tried, what did I try? I tried black, dark gray, and light gray, and that was okay, but then I tried light tan, then I moved on to dark tan, but I felt, why don't I just go with a nice dark green, and, well, here we are. So, to go over the model a bit, I'll just start by saying, the Abrams is it's a build I've had for, geez, five or so years up to this point. Of course, I've had it in different iterations, it's gone through quite a bit of design changes. And this is obviously the latest one, so without further ado, I'll walk you around it. So, Abrams, I really enjoy. It's a nice looking tank. A lot of people do the Abrams. I've taken a lot of inspiration from people here and there, but I've added my own design flares to it. You can turn around here, see the camo scheme I've used on it. And like all of my other builds, it has features as well. Last week I posted my Chinese main battle tank, and just like that, it has a turret that spins a full 360 degrees. It has a main gun that elevates and also depresses. Alright. It has, well, what else does it have? Oh yeah, it's got Brickmania 2 wide track links, which if you've not looked into, I would definitely recommend you do, because they are good quality. Again, as I said in the video prior, little steep in price, but they really fit a nice niche. And, well, that niche is making less wide tanks, I guess you can say. For whatever that's worth. But, yeah, here's an ass shot. Yeah, the Brickmania treads, they work really well. I enjoy having them now in my tanks. As you can see when I bring it out there, yeah, it's an odd wide platform. So the tank is in total 11 studs wide, and if you want to add on the side skirts, then it's about like 12 and a plate or something. But as per individual details, right there you can see that there is that is a smoke launcher. Right there. Let me just adjust my camera so I can manually focus. But yeah, that right there is a smoke launcher. Right next to it, you have a combat identification panel. You got 2 ropes. Those are actually held on by Brickmania U-clips. I know, usually I tend to like purist designs on my tanks, but if it's something like this where it's not necessarily a main element to the tank, I'm fine with using third-party parts. Now that I say that, I guess I could be a little accused of being a little bit of a hypocrite here, because I'm actually using third-party tank treads, but there's an exception to every rule, I guess. What else on this tank? Oh yeah, we go back here. As on my Chinese tank, there's a large looking thing that sits on the back. That would be the active protection unit. And then you have the small launchers, which are right there. Random box on the bustle right here. Then you also got some spare track links, another identification panel. Then if you turn it to the side here, you get a road wheel and another panel and then another set of smoke launchers. Like my Chinese tank, the road wheel is built much in the same way. You basically wrap a thin tire around a 2x2 rounded plate, rounded tile with a hole in it, and there you go. So some little detail up on top. That would be the remote weapon station. You know, it's using a minifig cat M2. You got an opening hatch right here. Total occupants of the tank, like my previous one, are 3. A lot of my tanks are that way. Actually, I think all of them are, now that I mention it. And if you're wondering what this blue and white thing is, that is a cooler. I've had that thing since I first built my first Abrams in, I think, what, 2012? So that's kind of been a staple of every Abrams I've built, just because, you know, it's a fun little element. Previous tank designs, I had a whole mess of crap up there. I think I had like a lawn chair, I had an umbrella, backpacks galore. Kind of cut back on that, and well, all I have now is just the cooler, which is still fun. But yeah, here you go. There's another minifig cat M2. You know. Then yeah, Brick Arms LMG for the commander. He's got his cupola, not cupola. He's got shielding right there. Now the chevrons right here, those are cut electrical tape. I would love it if there would be more decals like this out and available. I don't know, maybe there are. You can mention it to me if you know a source. I'm no good at printing out my own stuff. So I just cut up electrical tape. And that is that. You may have noticed there's a little sticker on the tank. It says Ogre. I just used some cut up Lego stickers. You know, they usually have the barcode or whatever at the bottom of the sticker. And cut that up, splice together my own word. Oh, what else can we go over? Well, I wouldn't think too much. But yeah, that is my M1 Abrams. I know some people have been wanting to see this, and I'll admit I do post it quite a bit often on my Flickr, like every few months or so. There's an update of it, but I really like this thing. I really enjoy it. You know, I'm always tweaking it to see, oh, how can I match the angles? Which, actually, speaking of angles, there's another thing I could ramble on about. One of the improvements with this iteration of the Abrams was that I added the little mid-slope. So you can see it right there, the cheese slope position right there. In the previous designs, I never had that. So it was just flat tiling, and then the slope there, and then the slope to the engine right there. But I never had that mid-slope. So with this iteration, I wanted to make it even more accurate than the prior ones have been. And I figured out a way to implement a slope so it has that authenticity to it. The rear slope right there, yeah, it's just a tile at an angle. The little wedge plate right there sort of covers up the otherwise unsightly looking gap in that area. And then this sticker is from an old Exoforce set that I pulled out of my closet and parted, sorted, and made use of. Here you can see the construction of the tail lights and the rear, I don't know what they call it, the rear engine hump. If I move my camera up a little bit, I can actually show you that there is an engine. Yeah, great camera work, I should add. I really need to do something about that. But yeah, so there are 2 doors right there. I can zoom in, which, let's see if I can get them to open here. Might be a little difficult. Okay, why don't we just do this? There we go. That works too. So yeah, doors right here open, and if I lean the tank back, you can see that there's a nice little engine inside. I can actually remove that. Well, hell, why don't I just do that? Yeah, basically I just take off the rear vent here, flip that down, and then I can take out the engine right here, or the power pack, as it's actually called. Yeah, it doesn't have the doors that the actual Abrams does to open. You know, they swing out in the back, but I'm okay with it. That doesn't really bother me. So let's button this back up here. Alright. Yeah, look at that ass. But yeah, that would be my M1 Abrams. So hope you enjoyed this video, or at least were able to tolerate my rambling on. But yeah, like, comment, and if you want to, maybe subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more camouflage things in the future. But till next time, catch you later. Bye.